They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On first down is Young. That's to the right, caught by Sanders. With that, we'll take a look at the draft class from back in April. You see they went offense with their first selection, getting help at the wideout position, and they think they've got a guy who can develop into a big-time target as the years go on. Throwing on second down, Young. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. That is Joey Bosa in on the sack. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Back to throw, Young. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down.
A guy that we've seen do this at a high level for a long time, Mike. Khalil Mack comes away with the sack, and he's coming off arguably his best season of his career. New highs in both sacks and TFLs just a year ago. Just seems like he continues to get better with age, and doesn't look like he's going to be planning on falling off anytime soon.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Chargers offense and their running back set to go once more. You're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. First and 10. A run with Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They face second down and 7. Herbert to throw. He runs with it. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, but he's got it. He's picked up a first down. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Now a ball thrown deep for Johnston. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be second down. Now Herbert on the bootleg. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
They'll go for it. It's Herbert. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. The Panthers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10.
Ready up! Here we go, set!
Get this drive started. On the ground, it's Hubbard. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Young. They get an even 20 on that one. It's good for a Panther first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Young to throw on first down. Touch to the right side and corralled by Thielen. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's Hubbard. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. Eddie Pinheiro going to come on to try a field goal now. This about as short as you can get. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. So we hit halftime, and the visiting Chargers are on top. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, back to you and Greg in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see if things will settle down as we take a quick look at what's happening here in Week 2. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the visiting Bucs who were able to come in and win one on the road. Chris Godwin, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Green Bay to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Josh Jacobs, over 100 on the ground in the victory. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. We were treated to a fine first half from running back J.K. Dobbins. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. The Panthers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
That into the hands of Hubbard. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Let's go now.
Here's a handoff to Hubbard. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short.
Ready. Coca 19. 70 Lion.
Here's Young. He's got his tight end, that's Sanders.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolves. Check go.
They run out of the gun with Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 45. Denzel Perryman in on the stop.